Alright, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to another Hero House Reviews. Today we're looking at the Thor and Destroyer 2-pack. And I believe this is Thor as he sort of looked during the 90s when Walt Simonson was in charge. And it's a good look. Like, aesthetically, very pleasing. I think this, for me, is how Thor should look. He should have the beard. He should look more Viking. The sort of bigger wings on the helmet are a plus. I sold my Alex Ross Thor, so I don't have him for a comparison point. But just look at this guy. Quite majestic. The belt, like, the gold paint on the belt really pops. Really like that. Yeah, the face sculpt is excellent. The boots, like, sadly, they should have had the same wash as or the same paint, I should say, as the belt. I think make them gold. As it is, they look quite cheap in comparison. But color-wise, and the sculpted trunks, like, he looks good. He looks very, very imposing, very powerful. He comes with an extra head, which I have misplaced. No, I haven't. Which has the visor sort of down. Don't think I like it as much, but I haven't put it on yet. We'll see when I'm doing the photos. Articulation-wise, sadly, he's quite limited. The head, because of the sculpt and the hair and the cape, doesn't move much at all. His arms will get you 90 degrees. And he's got the thigh swivel that can do 360. Double jointed elbow, gives you way more than 90. Wrists are on a hinge. So this one's gonna give you the rara pose. The hammer hand is on the correct hinge, so it sort of goes up and down like a weapon hand, but not overly so. But still quite good. And on the legs, you can get the splits. You can get forward that much. Thigh swivel. God, he's got juicy thighs. Double jointed knee, going to give you more than 90. Oh, and a very well hidden shin cut. That's quite cool. And, oops, sorry about that, ran out of space on my camera. Yeah, so, foot cut can go down, can go up, and you've got a decent bit of pivot. So his balance ain't great because of the cape, but I guess it's not terrible either, considering, like, you can get him standing, so you just need a little bit of fidgeting. I don't like that he's black under here in terms of paint, because it stands out a lot on the rest of the figure. So they should have just made his undertone a skin tone, because it does mean that if you do pose his ab joint, which to be fair doesn't move that well anyway, which isn't a good thing, I should add. Oh, and you've got a swivel at the waist there. It kind of stands out. So he's going to look great on the shelf, but once you start moving him, cracks really start to appear. But I don't know, I really like this Thor. He's very aesthetically what I look for in a Thor. And I think, yeah, for me, I enjoyed him more than the Alex Ross one. Yeah, big fan. Big fan. Which leads us to part 2 of the serving, which is the Destroyer. He's big. Really big boy. Nice sculpt. Visually very impressive. I know people have complained that, like, he's not broad enough. And there's credence to that. Like, he should be bigger, I guess, across the shoulders. You want something huge. They're quite narrow. But, I don't know. I don't think it ruins the figure for me. It's still an incredibly commanding and formidable presence. The paint, the sort of battle damage, like, tarnish to it looks good. The nice sculpt, all the spikes. Really, really cool figure visually. Like, I can't imagine taking this off and being too disappointed in terms of looking at it. He's just massive as well. Hold on. That's him next to the NECA Alan, not NECA, Diamond Select Alan the Alien, who is way bigger than most Marvel Legends. This is it next to NECA's King Kong, which again, even bigger than Alan, but still nowhere near the Destroyer's size. The Destroyer is huge. Although, I guess you can see that Kong is marginally, I think, broader, or as broad, which kind of drives home the point about the shoulders. But again, is it a deal breaker for me? No, that's not the deal breaker. Well, I guess me saying that's not the deal breaker implies there is a deal breaker. I still like this figure, but so you've got good articulation in this sort of joint here. Well, good. Like, you've got a ball joint at the top. The head can move, like, decent side to side, that much up, which is nothing, and that much down, so a bit better down. You can't quite get 90 degrees out of the arms because they haven't made this a floating separate piece, which is silly, because they can do this with pretty much any Lightning Collection figure that comes out, or like the G.I. Joes. They find ways to make them work. Well, sorry, it's ridiculous that they haven't on this guy. He's got a good bicep swivel, doesn't have double jointed elbows, but you've got rotation at the elbow as well, 360, and then hinged wrists. You've got no, like, waist cut. Leg, you can get almost 90, and then you've got a very stiff. The legs on this guy are so stiff, but you do have a thigh cut. I actually can't move that. Okay. Is this one better? Yeah, that one moves. So that's like a thigh cut. That'll give you 360. A double jointed knee, but these are also quite stiff. Don't break. Oh, very stiff legs. Not even going to try and fight with it. Gonna have to do something to loosen it up, but it sucks that he comes like that. So, in theory, he has double jointed knees, which I assume would give you 90 degrees if they move. The feet, also quite stiff and frozen. He must just have paint in all his joints. Goes down that much, comes up that much, and you've got a swivel. So, if your one has functioning legs, he's got decent articulation. Not mind-blowing, but yeah, that is what it is. And then we have Thor. I don't know, guys. I'm torn on this one, because on one hand, I think it looks really fantastic. I mean, look at that. That's a proper cool Thor Destroyer face-off. But just some limits on articulation and weird, like, design decisions, like, letting it down. It's not awful by any means. So, they did cheap out on Destroyer quite a bit. And the Thor's basically just got a new head sculpt and a repaint. 4 out of 5. I still really, really like the set. I think the sculpt Destroyer is pretty phenomenal apart from just the, like, narrowish shoulders and the poor articulation. So 4 out of 5. If you're a big fan of the Walt Simonson Thor arc, this is definitely, like, a set for you to pick up. So, yeah, let's dive into the pictures and wrap this up. One sec. Okay, folks, and there you have it, the Thor and Destroyer 2-pack. And visually, I really, really love this. I mean, you could probably tell from the pictures I was having a lot of fun. It looks so visually striking when you have the pair against each other. I think that's, like, yeah, if this is on display, it's going to look absolutely phenomenal. Loads of fun. Yeah, the articulation's not really there with Thor, but you can get enough out of him, and the Destroyer, mine's a bit stuck, but otherwise he moves fairly well, especially for such a big, beefy character. He's huge, he's commanding, you're going to notice his presence on a shelf. Thor's so visually, like, vibrant as well, you're going to notice him. They're just really, really fun figures. Yeah, I can't give it a perfect rating, but definitely 4 out of 5. Really, really enjoy this. Even the sort of helmeted head. Definitely prefer the lack of visor, but it's still not bad by any means. Yeah, so if you like Thor, I'd suggest picking this 2-pack up. It's really, really fun and gives you a Thor that's got some versatility and a really cool villain for him to fight. Yeah, I guess that's it. If you enjoyed this review, we've got plenty more. We've also got Hero House figure fights, top 10 lists, ranking lists, loads of content to enjoy. So please like and subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you again. Thanks for your time and all the best. Bye.